Welcome back. Well, Burcon NutraScience has developed a protein product made from soybeans. A plant-based protein is an alternative to dairy-based proteins such as whey that you may recognize from store shelves. The company recently partnered with Archer Daniels Midland to market and produce its soy protein, Clarisoy. Johann Tergesen is the Chief Executive Officer of Burcon NutraScience. Great to have you with us.
My pleasure. I'm glad to be here.
What's the purpose or use of the non-dairy protein?
The big difference about our soy protein is that it's actually 100% soluble, even in an acid environment, which is virtually everything we like to drink, other than maybe milk and water. And what that means is it can be put as an example into something like cranberry juice. You won't see it. It doesn't provide any off-putting grit or texture, etc. And, very key, it doesn't have that beanie taste associated with soy.
Now, you say it doesn't have that beanie taste. My experience with soy and a lot of these new technologies to provide proteins is they taste like crap.
Yeah.
I mean, let's call it what it is. And at the end of the day, it's got to taste good if it's ever going to take off in the market.
Right.
What is the taste of this? If it's not beanie, is it weenie? I mean, what?
No, yeah, it's a good question. You know what? It's not there. So as an example, I was just drinking some today in Kool-Aid, in a product that we had prepared. I was meeting with investors here and showing it as a demonstration. You literally smell and taste nothing but the Kool-Aid. It provides a little tiny bit of what's called astringency. It's a bit of a mouthfeel, not unlike when you drink tea. A little bit of you feel it a little tiny bit. But you know what? It's extraordinary in comparison to the existing soy that you would expect, and certainly in comparison to something like soy milk.
What kind of market are we looking at for this? Who needs this and why?
It's, you know what, it's health and wellness, and so it's really a big market. All of the developed world is in demand of products like that. In fact, if you just look as an example at vitamin water, Coca-Cola paid $4.1 billion to buy vitamin water a little over 2 years ago. The reason why is because consumers want healthier products. So they'll reach for that, they'll pay a premium for that over the traditional carbonated soft drinks, etc. It could also be in fruit juices. A lot of people talk these days about clean label. What they want is turn over that fruit juice label and you take a look at it. It's got nothing but things you recognize. It has the names of fruits, etc. And this would be an opportunity to have a protein source in it as well. A great kind of grab-and-go thing, right?
Is this a delivery technology that you could perhaps put vitamins into as well, or is it just for soy protein or a derivative of that?
Ours is just soy protein, but it absolutely could be paired with something like vitamins and vitamin water, or you could also pair it with, as an example, stevia and have a low-calorie and a high-protein beverage.
What's the upshot of the memorandum of understanding with Archer Daniels Midlands? What will happen from that?
So what we have agreed to is to license to them our technology. Burcon is, in fact, a technology company. We've been working for 11 years now doing technology out of Winnipeg, raised nearly $50 million to date, funding pure research into how to extract and purify these proteins and have them in a form that the food companies can use. So Archer Daniels Midland's big customers are the big food companies that you and I see every day when we go to the grocery store, the huge brand names. So ADM is licensing our technology so that they can then turn around and sell the product to food processors and beverage processors for the end use.
Do you make money now, or are you still burning money doing research?
We've done nothing but burn money for 11 years. If you can imagine, it's quite a feat to be able to...
How do you get away with that?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, the way we've done it is that we've actually been very frugal, and we've had good developments along the way. We've also had the benefit of having some very significant Hong Kong-based shareholders, billionaires. We used to own, you would recognize, Oxford Properties Group. We were the controlling shareholders. In fact, here in Toronto, we owned the Canada lands as an example. So having some deep-pocketed investors helped us, and patience was important too.
Would you compare this market and its development to the omega-3 market, where somebody owns it and then eventually you see it in a whole bunch of different products?
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. That said, though, you know, people have been trying to do this very thing, to make soy protein acid soluble for many years. Very talented scientists at the largest protein companies. So we've done it, and I think that they're a long ways behind us, and we've, of course, filed patents to protect it.
This patience you talked about in your investor base, is this something you can find in today's market? I mean, you're talking about what you've done to these guys for 11 years. They haven't seen a return yet. I'd slit my wrist by now. But if you went to market now with the same strategy, could you ever get that kind of patience in today's environment?
I don't know. I don't know that we could, actually. I think you raise a good point. And in fact, every day that I work, I have shareholders who phone me and who would like us to get to market faster. And
you're lucky you don't have me as a shareholder.
Yeah, well, Well, what you will like is that in the future, this license deal with ADM provides that they'll actually start paying us a royalty even from the date that we sign it. We expect to have that signed before March 1st. So even before they've built the first plant, they'll already start paying us a royalty.
And
so
it doesn't preclude other deals with other players if it should come along? Or
no,
is this
on this one, we are globally exclusive with ADM across all regions and across all products, and we're very happy to be that way. I mean, ADM's the perfect partner for this. They really are. They're a big product company. They have global reach. They have the relationships with the customers, which is so important. You know, I like to say that big buys from big. The big name food companies, the guys with the big brands, they want to be able to buy from companies like ADM. They have the confidence that ADM will be there next year and will be providing with the product, that it'll have a consistency. There's a surprising amount of technical support that goes in food ingredient sales, and ADM has that in spades.
All right, Johann, great to have you here for this.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Johann Tergesen is COO of Burcon NutraScience. Coming up.